All right, everybody, so welcome back to another episode of Colton Posey Fishing. So today we fished a tournament, and we're going to be talking about what we did, where we found fish, exactly what we were doing, the transition that we made throughout the day, all that good stuff when you're fishing the heat of summer. So stay tuned, this is something you don't want to miss. There. I'll make it up here. There. Oh. The better one's back there, it looks like. Huh? Toward the middle. Right there. That was one better. How's that not a hit? Got him. Use a 10. Slightly under. That'll be right on. Oh. Good. Is that your wave? Yeah, these fish have been caught the hell out of, you know what?
Yeah. Ain't wanting. Not like food.
Better. There you go, 12. Oh, yeah. Yeah. 12. Straight, straight, straight. Bigger than that. Bigger than that group. Oh, come on. That direction. I think it's a squirt. It's gonna be about 10. Dang, they're so flat though. Missing? Get it? He'll make it. He'll make it. Good about. It's 5. Keep us right there where we are. Maybe more. Right there. I don't even think he'll make it. No, he ain't gonna make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. this net. Barely got him hooked. Right. Oh, good. Yeah. He almost got me, didn't he, bud? Alright, trolling motor's yours. I gotta do some calling. I think. He is pissed. Oh yeah, he's well over 12. See what we... I don't know if he'll call. Said I don't know if he'll call. Yeah, he's about too skinny. He ain't gonna call. I'm gonna pop this jig on these rocks real quick. You just tell me where you want me to position you, or if you're good or what. Yeah. Just deep. Yeah, better. It's cool. Should be a cool. Trust your intuition, right? I don't know, brother. He may not call. I mean, let me get a weight. On 10 3/8. How much? 10 3/8. All these are about a pound. He ain't gonna make it. Hey, I got you on speaker.
Okay, I won't talk nasty to you.
Okay, thank you.
What was I about to say?
Oh no, you called me.
Did you call me at 3:09 this morning?
Yes, I unlocked my phone because my...
Oh, okay.
Hold on, I'm getting a bite. Big one. Yeah, I think it's a big one. Yeah, big one. Quick. Right side. Get him. Yes, sir. Thank you. Give me a minute, Tiff.
A benefit.
Since you're back there, I'm gonna give you this fish and let you call.
Doesn't matter what's going on.
Ain't a big one, but he's better, I think. Here you go. Scales in the middle box. What's up, babe? Oh. Golly, so man. He ain't gonna do nothing now. There's 3 there. About 10 foot though. See him? Might cool. Wow. Is the biggest or smallest? That was a largemouth. There's a couple more with him, so he may not make 12. I don't know. No, he ain't gonna make 12. Okay. Spot. I'm telling you, it don't take much weight to win up here. Got him? Good? Ain't gonna do nothing. Large one. Good? So, you got him in the back. Oh, no. He might, yeah, he might call one. Everybody we talked to ain't caught much of nothing, so I don't know. If somebody's got a couple too. Big, hey, net. Hold on, Tiff, hold on. Quick. Woo! That's...
Barely got that.
I had one hook in his mouth.
Did you?
Yeah. And then he slung it. Barely. I got him right in the tip. He'll probably coil one.
Yeah,
let me get that jerk bait out of the net. Nah. He ain't 12. He bit it. Found where the largemouths were living.
You got another one of those heads?
It's all one I got. I'm not kidding.
What does it look like?
It's the bullet. It's like a bullet weight.
Okay.
I'm down to my last dart head. I'm down to my last minnow. All right, everybody. So we were fishing a benefit tournament up at a local reservoir close to my home, and the reservoir set up. It is a lake, but it's similar to a river in some sense of how narrow it can be and stuff like that. And it's pretty similar in the way it fishes, although there's no like current. So you really have to like play wind and boat traffic and stuff like that. But you know, you've got Alabama spotted bass, you've got largemouth. There used to be smallmouth bass in the fishery. They're pretty much extinct. I don't think there's a single one left in there. I haven't saw one in years. But either way, you know, we started out that morning and we really focused on the grass. That's one thing that we knew we were going to focus on. First thing in the morning was the grass. Simply because the fish that we caught up here in the past had come off the grass. It wasn't too far, you know, before this tournament. So either way, we couldn't really get anything going in the grass. The grass had grew up and it got super thick. So, I mean, really, you couldn't really even flip into the grass. So, you know, it just kind of was a, hey, this just ain't gonna work kind of thing. But with that being said, we knew there had to be fish kind of close by because, I mean, obviously the fish are not gonna move, you know, 20 miles just because they can't get up in the grass. But, you know, focusing on those banks where there's, you know, deep water close by. So, you know, it may be, you know, just a straight bank with just grass, some docks or something like that on it. Although, you know, there's got to be a drop off. There's got to be a drop off where the channel is. Focusing in that area, you know, really helped. We got our limit, you know, in the boat pretty quick. But, you know, we was also looking at points. So, you know, that's a big key during the summer is points. I mean, everybody everybody I know of fishes points during the summer anyways. But with that being said, you know, you got to understand too, as we keep getting deeper and deeper into summer, those areas are going to be really tough to catch fish. Even though you know they're there, even though you can see them with your eyes, or you may be able to see them on your unit, they become tough to catch because of the pressure. I mean, you know, it's kind of like somebody dangling a steak in front of you, you know, every day of the week, and every time you bite it, a hook goes in your mouth. You know, I mean, they're going to get accustomed to it. So, you know, you got to present something as natural as you can, or make the fish react. And y'all know I'm a huge power fisherman. I love to power fish. I like moving. I mean, we covered a lot of water today. But, you know, some of the fish we were able to make react. I believe most of our better fish come off the ones that, you know, we made react. You'll have to watch the video. I'm doing this afterwards, obviously. So, but either way, I think the better fish that we caught come off the reaction style baits, like the jerk baits and stuff like that. So, you know, it's not impossible to make them react, but eventually they're gonna get accustomed to it. So, like one of the areas that we focused on, this bridge, it had been fished all morning. Really until about midday, and the tournament was from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m. and at least till, as far as I know, at least till about 10:45 at the earliest, there was still people fishing it. So, you know, when we decided we were going to focus on that area, because we've caught better fish there in the past, we knew that we were going to have to, you know, do some adjustments. As soon as we got on this place, we started throwing our regulars, the jerk baits, the spinner baits, and swim baits and all this stuff. The guy that's with me, he was throwing some swim baits, and they kept nipping at the back of it and stuff. So, yeah, you know, it's kind of they're giving you that sign like, hey, you know, we've seen this a lot. This is something that we're not going to be able to go to. We swapped from a 1/4 ounce head to 3/8 ounce head. Did not make any difference. I don't even think we got a bite on the 3/8 ounce head. So, but either way, you know, I transitioned this to this little bait. It's kind of, it's not something that I made up. I know people will throw it, but I knew we needed something real natural and something real small, because what these fish are feeding on is tiny, tiny threadfin shad. And we started seeing some largemouth integrating with the spotted bass that were on the main. So they were literally, there was like two schools. There was a school of spotted bass that's out there just busting around all this stuff. And then you would see these others come up that were bigger. Now, I'm not going to say they were giants or anything. You know, one, I don't know, there may have been a couple 2-pounders in the mix. Nothing huge, but, you know, it took 6 pounds to win the tournament. I mean, it's just dog days of summer. It's hot, and this lake does not perform very well no matter what time of year anyways. But anyways, this bait is simply just a dart head. You take a dart head. I can't remember the weight of it. I only had one of them. I'll have to look it up. I'll link it in the description. And all the baits and stuff will be linked down in the description that I used today. But either way, that dart head, and then the Zoom tiny fluke, okay? Not the Super Fluke Junior, but the tiny fluke. It is so small. I mean, it is so small. It's yay big. Rigging that up on that dart head, and not just throwing it out there and letting it sink, but throwing it out there, and after it hits the water, I let it sink for just a couple seconds, and then I tightline it and let it drift back to the boat, and I'm slowly just reeling it. And that bait is just, it's so subtle. It doesn't really have any action to it. If you jerk it and stuff, it'll give it an action, but the way that I was working it was so subtle, I just think the fish couldn't help but bite it. But that green pumpkin, you know, we got bright blue sunny day. It's hardly any wind. We did run into a little bit of wind, but it's very, very light wind. But that, and it being a highly pressured fishery, that little subtle action can help more than anything. So, you know, if you're struggling on your fishery to catch fish just because of, you know, fishing pressure or anything like that, try to think something as natural and subtle as possible. You know, if everybody's throwing, you know, ribbon tail worms, throw Cincos, okay? If everybody's throwing 6-inch Cincos, throw a 3-inch Cinco. You know, just downsize and downsize and downsize. Line didn't play a big key today, surprisingly. I thought it would, which is why I had my spinning reels on the front deck. But, you know, line didn't really make a big difference. We caught some nice ones off a football head jig. And then we, I think, I mean, the football head jig's 15-pound test. The lightest line that I used was on that little tiny fluke, which was 8-pound test to, you know, 10-pound braid. So, you know, line didn't play a big factor, but sometimes, you know, maybe you're throwing these natural, subtle presentation baits and stuff like that, but you're still not getting bit. If you're running, you know, 12-pound tests, go down to 8. If you can. I know some fisheries you just can't because of brush or whatever you may be fishing. But, you know, 8-pound test or 6-pound even. I mean, I've had to go down to 6-pound before up on Smith Lake just because of the fishing pressure, and the fish are just aggravating to catch. But either way, you know, downsize everything. Go as natural as possible. Well, if that water is clear, which it should be because it's summer, winter, dead summer and dead winter, that's when the water is going to be the clearest that it can be. 99% of the time, okay? So, you know, green pumpkins, your watermelon seeds and stuff like that. That was like my jig today. I was throwing a brown jig with some June bug in the skirt. I mean, 3/8 ounce. It's a G-Money jig, one of the jigs that I throw all the time, with a rage crawl on it, you know, the chunk to put on a football head jig or whatever kind of jig you want to fish. But either way, I ran out of the rage chunks that were hard. I think it's called hard candy. It's like green pumpkin with a little bit of purple and some green flake and stuff in it. I ran out of them, so I swapped over to summer crawl. Didn't make a bit of a difference. They're two completely different colors, but they're natural colors and they blend together. So, you know, hey, it works. It works. So keep your color selection simple. Use natural colors, anything that, you know, represents something that's natural in the lake, and present that bait in a subtle presentation to where, you know, you're either just trying to get the fish to react, or you're just doing everything you can to just get that bite through the subtle presentation with the finesse baits. You know, if you're trying to get them to react, if they're close to the bottom, the football head jigs, in my opinion, work better than anything because you can pop that bait, and a lot of times your better fish is going to come off a jig. Just today, we just couldn't rack up anything over 1.5 pounds, so, or really 1.25 pounds, I think. But either way, we didn't have much. But either way, guys, I hope the video helped you. If it did, make sure to like, subscribe. If you have any questions, make sure to drop down in the comments below. Let me know. I'll help you out to the best of my ability. Or if you have any tips for anybody on the channel, drop that down below also too. You know, that's what the community is built for. So either way, guys, I appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.